The following is a Hoop Ball presentation.
Hoop Ballers! Welcome back to another episode and another edition of Today in Sports Betting. I am your host, Devin Ellington, at DALE007 on Twitter. This is a hoop-ball.com presentation, and we are going to be doing a different kind of podcast. We've got some live stuff currently on Twitter. First doubleheader of the game just started. Going to be rolling through the baseball card. Got some picks for Vince. We're going to see if anyone pops in or out. Busy day for everyone. We've got some answers to give you if you got questions. Like I said, this is a hoop-ball.com presentation. You got to go over there, check us out. Let us know what you think. Sign up for the wager pass. It's $9.99 a month, which is less than 33 cents a day. I think it's about 33 cents a day. Less than a latte per day. That's for sure. And the fact of the matter is, we've got 10 phenomenal cappers. Got some guys covering all sorts of the spectrum. Hitting on some good stuff. So check it out. Give us a try. Get in there. Join the Discord. That stuff is really, really fun. Love the Discord chat. The banter there. Really into it. Let's do something a little different on this show. Gonna start with some basketball today. I know, it's so weird. It's the bottom of the first in Chicago, and the Cubs, Dodgers, currently still 0-0. Cubs with a base runner on, though. 1 out. Let's start with some hoops talk. Because I've got some prop plays from a couple of the guys in the Discord. So I'm going to be giving you little sneak peeks, but they're exciting angles to talk about. I'm going to talk about some basketball real briefly. Vince has some picks that we're going to roll out. And Anthony Rizzo just drove in that base runner. Cubs up 1-0. So, let's take a look at the hardwood. Let's go ahead and start with Phoenix, Cleveland. Looking for Devin Booker to score a lot of points here. Really thinking that he gets the job done. Thinking he goes over his point total. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then one other thing to consider is he's gone over this point total pretty significantly in recent history. Frequently also. So look for that to go there. Going to be invested in that myself. Charlotte and Detroit, over under 217.5. I could look at the over and see that makes sense. LaMelo and Rozier on their assist prop plays. We got some business there, but Business just means that we got to take care of it. And doing some foreshadowing, I'm not going to tell you, the hoop ball team does have a play on LaMelo and Rozier's assist totals. You figure it out. What do you think? Or you could just come on, join the Wager Pass and check it out, because I guarantee you'll probably get your month's $10 back tonight on the two plays, So definitely check it out. Brooklyn and Milwaukee. This is going to be a really good game. I've been watching a little bit more of basketball lately because playoff basketball is getting closer. So this basketball is starting to mean a little more to me. Brooklyn, Milwaukee. Milwaukee -2. That's where Vince is going to be on this game. He talked me into it. We talked a little before we started recording here. Bucks -2. Interesting spot. Chris Middleton is going to need to, he just needs to hit those high quality shots that he normally does so often. Because when he's not doing what he should be doing, it just does a little bit something different to this team. They rely on his efficiency. He is one efficient scorer. And they, need that. Especially on a night if Giannis is getting bottled up or having a hard time. Hey, also, May the 4th be with you. It is the 4th of May, Star Wars Day. J. Cole dropping an album on the 14th, but he announced it today. There's some music and pop culture juice for you there. I don't have much opinion. I do own the Star Wars movies, the original trilogy. So how about I pop some of those in today on an Easy Tuesday. Last night's baseball slate was so weird. We had 2 postponements. We got 4 doubleheaders today between 4 teams. Weird. Absolutely weird. So let's talk a little more about some basketball, though. We'll get into the other stuff a little later. I think Milwaukee takes care of business. I'm going to back them a couple different ways. -120 on the money line. And then the -2. I think they do it 2 times in a row. Giannis might score 40 again. 6:30 TNT. Phoenix, Cleveland. Talked about it. Been about it. Dallas, Miami. Miami -3.5 is a play that Vince likes. So you guys might want to holler at him, confirm, check, scrub, all that. At VM Center on Twitter. Mr. VMC, run VMC. Sacramento, this line is only -5 against Thunder, the tanking Thunder, over 228 because of the lack of defense, I think might be a play. But this is ultimately just, and this, I've been getting more into just props, more like big matchups, like the Brooklyn Milwaukee's. Important matchups. I'll get down on some close money lines because I think a side will have a particular advantage. But ultimately, I'm not doing a whole bunch of spread play, heavy play. I do follow Brew in the Wager Pass because that man is successful. And the rest of our team, I just kind of, honestly, I'll say it, like I piggyback a good amount off of our hoopball crew. But I'd like to think that they do a little of the same come college football, college basketball season, and maybe a little during baseball. I'm heating up. So, but we have some things to look at. Got some different stuff to look at. And it's going to change when playoff basketball rolls around, of course, Sure. Heat minus 3.5, something Vince likes. Sacramento, OKC. Remember, punt that away. Golden State, New Orleans. New Orleans just keeps doing stuff down their leg. They just always seem to put themselves in worse possession by possession late in games. So it's a really weird team. But Vince is super high on them tonight, minus 1.5 and minus 120. I want to dig into it a little more myself. We're rolling these out for Vince. May he be here in spirit. Good Vince. St. Vincent. And to quickly wrap it up, Toronto, Los Angeles Clippers, 9 o'clock on the TNT game. No opinion. We're going to make that exciting. No opinion. I want to throw a couple other props from our team out there. I'll throw one more out there because I didn't give a lot of analysis on the game, so I'm going to steal their picks, But I'm telling them about it. I'm trying to give some what's that word? Anonymity or remain anonymous, Lewin's Door, 17.5 points. Our team likes a side on that. Our team likes a side on it. Should get you a wager pass. $9.99. $9.99. It's not for that cost, our guys will get you taken care of quickly. These prop bets I've been really, really loving from our guys lately as we've grown our team a little. It's given it some extra pizzazz to the wager pass, so to say. So, one thing about this basketball slate I will say is I believe that there's decent value in the heavy matchup. I think there's really good matchup there with Giannis and Durant. So by looking and seeing some value in props, maybe across the money line, I think we could have a decent night on the NBA front. MLB. Really looking forward to this slate tonight. Hit on my Royals play yesterday. I gave that out in the Discord. We've talked about it on the show multiple times, and that's me needing to make the play, on each and every Royals or Red Sox game. So that is something that I'm taking an endeavor on. And Royals doing pretty decent on. Red Sox working on it. And holy moly, the Cubs are up 4-0 on the Dodgers as we speak. So, got a couple folks in, D. Mitch in the King's Court. Appreciate you, folks. Appreciate you, gentlemen, for joining in. We are going to have a nice, fun, different show today, like I said. It's weird. It's like I'm speaking in 2 different time zones. I'm trying to occupy the space of the present with this Twitter Spaces, but then I'm also trying to engage y'all listening at a future time in an informative and engaging way. So, with that being said, I think breaking down baseball games is a great way to go. And I mentioned the doubleheaders today. I usually like to stay away from the doubleheaders because the 7 innings, it's not enough for me. I'm greedy. I like a lot of baseball. it shrinks sample size. It puts an obscurity on stuff. For me personally, I understand there's folks out there that probably bet on every single doubleheader out there. So I understand that, but not everyone out there bets on every single Royals and Red Sox game. So, I mean, to each their own, per se. And looking at this card, we've got some really decent stuff, and there are some games starting relatively soon. We're in the middle of one right now. I loved this matchup between Aaron Sanchez and Yerman Marquez yesterday. I loved the Alex Dick. I spent the first 20 minutes of the show talking about Alex Dickerson. So obviously I liked this game, but yesterday, the value and the conviction I had in it is a different level today. Not enough to really mess with it today. So that is something I'm looking to move away from. I don't need any of the San Francisco, Colorado action. It would be fun if it was yesterday, which is why I spent 20 minutes talking about Alex Dickerson and the Giants. It wasn't just Alex Dickerson. Almost. And another game we'll just kind of toss through. I mean, at 7:40, Alex Wood, Castellani, they take each other on, San Fran, Colorado. And then there's Dodgers, the Cubs again, 6:40, Bauer against Thompson, making his first start for the Cubs. Go ahead and toss those out. Let's focus right here. The White Sox, the Red Stockings, the Reds, team's first professional baseball team, by the way. 1868, I think it was. So, 1868, they were the Red Stockings. Then they were the White Stockings. The White Sox are an old team too. And of course, there's a couple different stocking teams. There's a lot of stockings back then. Everyone loved their stockings. I don't know. Get their stockings off. Rock their stockings. Anyways, we got a ball game in Great America Ballpark. Dylan Cease versus Jeff Hoffman. These two guys pitch, pretty good. I can't say good or great or terrible things about them. But looking at some different data and peripherals, you do notice, especially in a ballpark like this, we are going to have offense. And if pitchers have bad peripherals, then we are going to have offense. If pitchers get lucky, then sometimes it fades. And when it fades, you have more offense. I feel like John Madden right now. It's like you score more points than the other people on the other side of the field and you win the game. And, honestly, that is how I try to keep it. As it's that simple. I love my data. I love my analysis. But sometimes you just got to use simplicity and approach it with a intuitive measure. White Sox losing Luis Robert, which really hurts them. And that's a big blow, for sure. But that's what the market wants you to think. This number right here, still high. And that's that's because everyone takes the overs on these games in Cincinnati. But the White Sox got solid. Hoop ballers. Let's talk about your balls. Yep, your balls and the area around them. Let's talk about manscaped.com. Go there and use promo code hoopball20, HOOPBALL20. Use the promo code and go check out all the tools they have of trimming the hedges and taking care of your lawn, like the Lawnmower 3.0 with a built-in LED light to help you get into those dark dye crevices on the inner parts. Also, the Gooch. It is hard to get to the Gooch if you can't see it. So use the LED light with the anti-tugless technology on the razor, full long battery life. Then check out the Weed Whacker. Bring that out of the shed. Use it on your shrubs. Cut down what you need, down to bare minimum if you need to. It's got a nice anti-tugless technology just like the Lawnmower 3.0. It's also got a lithium battery. And best news of all, these things are waterproof. So that way you can do it in the shower and take care of business in the cleanest way possible. Hoopball20 is the promo code that's going to get you free shipping as well as 20% off. I recommend using it. I recommend getting the complete care kit with your free shipping and your 20% off. Spend a little extra, get a lot more. There's a good care kit there for us gentlemen. Face scrub, shampoo, ball treatment, and the area that surrounds our balls. I believe there's even a pair of underwear in there for our balls. So yeah, that's going to conclude the talk about our balls. Now let's talk about bets. MyBookie.ag is where all the hoop ballers take care of their winnings and where we place all of our wagers that we post in our article in the Wager Pass, as well as our free plays and our Discord chats. Yes, MyBookie.ag. Use promo code HOOPBALL, HOOPBALL. Let them know that we sent you. Hell, specifically type in my name. I want them to know. But most importantly, you got to let them know what podcast that is. And it is Today in Sports Betting. You let them know that we sent you, and then we as a family get to grow. And then we get to set you up to reap more benefits. And that is what's important to us because we are here to help you win money. And that is why we recommend MyBookie. Their slogan is bet, win, get paid. And it's quite simply that easy. Use Bitcoin to get going. It's a high recommendation of VM Center at Vince Miracle, our guy. It's a recommendation of me. It's so easy. Dan Bespris, the Podfather, Aaron Bruschi, the Godfather, they get in there, they get going with Bitcoin, they get their money in and out, and it's easy peasy. Hoopball's the promo code. Use that. Let them know that we sent you. MyBookie.ag. Bet, win, get paid. Now, as a podcast, we have your balls and your bets covered. And without further ado, we have Today in Sports Betting. The White Sox have quality hitting throughout that lineup. I think they'll be able to take advantage of that in this ballpark specifically. And the Reds being able to hit isn't really a question. Need to see what Dylan Cease does. I want to see where he's at as far as expected ERA. His expected ERA and expected, xFIB, both higher than what he's pitching at on the base level. It's at 9.5 right now, but honestly, I'd still take that. 10's obviously the magic number. I locked 9 in early this morning. The team totals also, like I said, pretty enticing. Arizona, Miami. Riley Smith, the righty, 1-1, 4.76 ERA. Sandy Alcantara, 1-2, 3.19 ERA. This game's got a underdog feature in the Diamondbacks at plus 125, over under 7.5. I like back in Alcantara. I'm not sure how I feel about Miami's offense. It's always a tough one to back. Diamondbacks against righties struggle a little bit. Brian Anderson, Miguel Rojas, both questionable for the Marlins. I think Alcantara can have a really good outing in this game. Get some strikeouts against this aggressive Arizona team. I don't think I trust enough of either side in this one to make a play. Yeah. This will be a fun baseball game to watch, though. I mean, I do enjoy both these teams. Houston and New York. Zach Greinke, Domingo, your man. Astros are struggling as of late. I can't say that. Just kidding. They're 7-3 in their last 10. These two teams are pretty much identical. The Yankees' last 10 games, they've gone 3-7 to the under. Their offense, well, I mean, their pitching's been phenomenal lately, shutting a lot of people out. But not looking to do too much in that game. If I was going to do something, the full game over looks nice. Greinke's been allowing a lot of runs. Some earned runs could be had. You know, it's Yankee Stadium. Over 8.5, minus 115. Sure. All right. Atlanta, Washington. This one I'm not talking about at all just because Washington is on my do not bet list and I'm not very successful with Braves games either. So figure out what you're bad at. Stay away from it. Your Oscar Noah starting for the Braves. Joe Ross for the Washington Nationals. I will at least say that. Moving on, we got Eric Lauer, the lefty, taking on Aaron Nola, the righty, for the Phillies. We got Milwaukee. We got Philadelphia. Milwaukee plus 132. That looks pretty nice to me. As an underdog in this spot, opened a lot higher. Gene Segura, Bryce Harper both rolled out. That's why it's dropped a bit. And one thing that I have a little worry on is that Philadelphia, they hit lefties pretty well. Really well. Quite well. This is just a baseball play for me, a tally site selection. I got the Brew Crew as an underdog winning. Not a deep dive game, just something I'm looking at. Detroit, Boston. Nick Pivetta up against this terrible Detroit offense. I'm going to go ahead and bet against the bats in this one. The Detroit bats, that is. I wonder what Nick Pivetta's strikeout prop is. 6.5. Six and a half. He's striking out 9.7 per 9 at the moment. Or, no, I'm sorry. That's what he's expected to do tonight. Pull up a game log for Nick Pivetta. This could be my Red Sox play. That's the only reason I'm contemplating this so much. And I'll probably be looking to use Nick Pivetta in DFS. So scrubbing for myself also. So let me look and see. He does have a 2.81 ERA. Let's see. He hasn't got close to 6 strikeouts his last 3 games. Oh, I'm sorry. He hit 7. He's hit 7 twice in his last 5. Now, if I look, and try to find something in regards to Detroit striking out, made me feel a little more confident in that play. So let me peruse through some team stats. So we got 19 plate appearances against Pivetta by the current Detroit Tigers bats. You're not doing that great against them, historically speaking. Detroit, they strike out 10 times per game, 10 and a half. And they've struck out over the last 3 games 14.33 times per game. Struck out 12 in their last game. Nick Pivetta over 6.5. He hasn't gotten. He usually comes off of a good start and dips back down. So let me go ahead and back off the Nick Pivetta stuff. What I will look at, just because he's been so dynamic lately, he's actually been playing a lot better as of late. Marwin Gonzalez, I might look at total base on him. Xander Bogaerts. But as of right now, Detroit, Boston. I need a play here. Detroit under 3.5 on their team total. There it is. Banking on Pivetta success. Texas, Minnesota. Got Kyle Gibson, Gibby on the mound against lefty J.A. Happ with his sub-2 ERA. 3-0, 2-0. Good pitchers. Under 8.5 is where I'm going on this game. Look, I know J.A. Happ's aging, and I tried to talk crap about him recently. Look, this is just, it's 54 degrees, a little cooler, wind's blowing a little. These offenses have been known to struggle. Texas is cooling off. Like I said, I've been missing on Texas overs, even though I hit one, we hit a couple nights ago. Last night, I can't remember. They all ran together. But it's time for me to back and under. I'm trying to get some of this data in. Mets, Cards, Portegrom. This is 0.51 ERA. And he's 2-2 on the year. Jan Oviedo. 0-0, 2.79 ERA. This is another opportunity for DeGrom. I mean, the Mets are minus 210 as favorites, and it's all because of him. He doesn't get run support. I went with the Mets team total under last time he played. Or no, that was last night. Because I thought Wainwright was going to do a lot better than what he did. But I mean, 3.5. Such a low number. I don't know. I don't know why the Mets can't run scoring together when he's out there. I've got the series priced on the Cards. Remember, I put that plus 125 bet in for the Cards win the series. They got last night's game. Hopefully they survive this one against DeGrom. And then we had the Cards last night straight up. That was an exciting game. So let's stay away from this one tonight. Cleveland and Kansas City. Got to make a play here. This is a weird game. We got Sam Hinges, the lefty, 4.76 ERA. Still fresh, really. Hasn't done a lot of starting this year. Got Mike Minor, who's been better this year. I mean, but for some reason, we got the Royals as minus 140 favorites. Over, under. Seeing it do weird things. Over 9, you can get plus 100. Under 9, it's at like minus 120 in some spots. Royals minus 1.5 at plus 140. I don't know. Edwin Moscaso, lead ump, home money line record. They're only 1-4. And the under record's 0-4. So the over's gone every time. Let's take a peek, see at some player props. Because I think what's going to happen is we're going to need to find value on individual success. Over 4 team total for the Indians. I'm into that. The reason I like that is the Royals, I can't say that because the Royals bullpen's been killing it lately. I just think this series is going to offer a lot of runs. I mean, last night's game did. Kind of torn in a couple different ways here. So I'm looking at some player props. Player props. Indians. So I'm going to do over under total bases. Man, players I was wanting are not featured. I was hoping Nicky Lopez would be on there. Just check some hits, runs, at bats, or RBIs, all that good stuff. Carlos Santana, at least 2 hits, runs, RBIs, minus 143. That is juicy. 3 is plus 120. Let's stay with the 143. I know it's got some juice to it. But we'll go 1.2 units. Royals team total over 4.5. I love what they do against lefties. All right. Tampa Bay, LA. Mr. McClanahan, the lefty, 4.5 ERA. Alex Cobb, 7.16. Real briefly, I'll go on the over on the 8.5 in this one. K. Irving. I believe that Oakland's offense is awakened right now, and there's a lot of bats happening. Toronto and Oakland. K, the lefty. Oakland's got some lefty killers. Mr. Irvin, the lefty. Toronto, too, has some lefty killers. San Diego Padres team total is something I'm going to be looking at over 4.5. They're going up against Keller of the Pittsburgh Pirates pitching staff, and he's not that good. Mitch Keller with an 8.20 ERA. The Padres hit really well against righties. Very balanced. OPS is good. So looking to make that play. San Diego over 4.5 on their team total. Last game, Baltimore, Seattle. Jorge Lopez, Justin Dunn. I could see Seattle having success tonight, taking them as a minus 120 favorite. My thinking is they have one of the best bullpens in the majors. Call it for what it is. And right now, that's how they're pitching. So this is an opportunity spot. The Orioles don't score a ton of runs. Their team total set at 4. I'm looking for. I was going to look at a total play. Something caught my eye, but I went ahead and looked past it. Seattle to win outright. I think that's a good thing. Good thing there. Okay. Well, we got lots happening today. Lots of baseball. We're going to have some plays. Got some stuff to write up, get out, edit, post. Did the Twitter Spaces thing, and that was fun. Be rolling that through, rolling it back again. Today's show, again, brought to you by those sponsors we talked about in the promos. MyBookie and Manscaped. I just opened a new package from Manscaped, and it is awesome. Don't forget to let the 4th be with you. Also, let my good vibes and all of my good energies be with you for what you think those are worth. Wish you guys and gals, folks of all whatever, a wonderful day of safety, profit, and positivity. Positive. Be kind to someone and give something if you can. We'll be back around here soon on the block in the next one. Hit me with all the questions at DALE007 on Twitter. Don't forget those 5-star reviews. Those are very, very important right now. Get those in check. All right. We'll see you on the next one. You'll hear me on the next one. TISB. Ow.
This has been a Hoop Ball presentation.